The moment you realize things are not the way they seem, everything will be easier for you. Your kingdom spouse looks like they're dating someone else. It is not the way you think. They're living their best life. It is not the way you think. One thing I have learned about the enemy, he will paint a lie, maybe little, glitch of truth. He will paint it like it is what he wants you to believe. In this kingdom spouse journey, if the evidence is not in your palm, it is not the way you think. Okay? So sit back, do the prayer. Remember, we're not giving up. God is still working. God is still in the process of settling this relationship. I mean, true, you will get to that point where you're like, no, I cannot do this no more. I am done. Who are they for me to go to all this pain because of them? But again, that is not your voice. Always remember that. That's enemy's voice. Enemy, devil always going to make you believe that you are big. He will feed you with pride. So if he fall for it, he win. So whenever the enemy start feeding you that, oh, your kingdom spouse is living their best life, they are not repenting, they are not going to repent, it does not look nothing like what you're expecting. Always remember, God is still working behind the scene. One thing I've learned about God is that when things looks crazy, that's when you should be celebrating. Believe me when I say this, those are the moments when God is doing the most behind the scene. But again, the enemy is going to lie to you that God is not doing anything. There's no hope for it no more. You should as well give up, throw in the towel, and just go by your day. But trust me, those are the moments God is doing the most behind the scene. So it is not the way it seems. If your kingdom spouse is out there, or you think that dating someone else, or that God is not going to bring this thing together, always remember my voice, that God's still going to do it. He will not change his mind. Again, it's not that he won't, but he can't. God cannot lie. When he give a promise, it is done. It cannot return to him void. If he said it, best believe he's going to make it come to pass. And again, I want to encourage some of you out there, stop listening to every thought, every single thought that comes in your head, because I promise you, 9 out of 10, it is not true. It is false. Sometimes because a lot of you have gone through, a lot of trauma in this process, so you get very anxious when you see little red flag. Let me put it that way. Even though it possibly might not be a red flag, but because they're going through a lot of ups and downs in this situation, you are literally looking for red flags. You're waiting for the downfall of this relationship. Get out of that position. 9 out of 10, what you're thinking, it is not true. What the enemy is trying to make you believe, it is not true. You need to be mature. Be mature in the spiritual realm. That is another battle that you guys need to overcome. Okay? Your mind and your emotions, it destroys a lot of things. We don't even know it. This is actually one of the battles I overcame recently. My mind and my heart. Whenever she's trying to feed me with something, I say, no, I don't know the truth. I don't have facts in my hand. So get behind me, Satan. You have no truth to you. Get behind me. And when I tell you, this has been one of the best decisions I have ever made. And also, the enemy always wants to steal your heart. The reason why the enemy is feeding you with lies over this situation is because he wants your heart. Because if your heart is constantly in trouble or in worry, in sadness, in depression, nothing will work out for you. I made a video about this, I think it was a month back. Your joy. The enemy comes to steal and kill, okay? And most of the time, he wants to kill your joy because he knows the power of our joy. We are spirit. And so when we are in this mood of joy, praising God, being happy, content with what we have, everything will start happening for you positively. he starts with your mind. He always going to remind you of what your kin spouse have done. Why would he let this person to do this to you? And sometimes he will send the videos on your For You page to be like, oh, if this man is like this, he's not the one. If this woman is like this, it's not the one. If it's from God, you're not supposed to work for it. You're not supposed to force it. You're not supposed to pray for it. You're not supposed to manipulate it. All those things. And if you listen to it, guess what? He got you. Because he always wants you to be in that position. Devil knows if this is one of the tactics can make you get into that position, that depression, he's not going to change. He never have any other tricks. It's only the same tricks, guys. Only the same tricks. Lies. Okay? Paint lies as if it is true. Everything the enemy is telling you, reject it. Now, there's going to be a little bit of challenge for you, but just try it. The main purpose of this video is that it is not the way you think, okay? Things are not the way you think. If your kin and spouse is posting video, maybe with someone else, God want me to tell you, it is not the way you think. It's far from it. So relax. Relax. And I want you to pray this prayer. Ask God to help you to detach your spirit from the outcome of this situation. Watch what he's gonna do. Okay? But it is not the way you think. It's far from it. So relax.